Yes.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Malty Monday. We are going to be looking at the Belgian style quads tonight. I want to first off welcome in my panel. To my side here, we have Louisiana Beer Reviews, aka Ronald Terrio. We have Thrash Metal Homebrew, and you can always correct me if I mess up your name because I do it all the time. Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue. We have down in this corner, John and Nelly, Georgia Beer Reviews. We have Dio, Drunken One. Miscellaneous Magnets. We have Beer Man, Michael Komaroff.
Hello.
And Thomas Metal 75.
Hello. What's going on?
I want to say hello to the chat. Thank you guys for joining. Anybody that's watching and not chatting yet, welcome to tonight's broadcast. Tommy Carroll, thank you for joining up once again. And hopefully this is a very fun and fantastic night of quads. So I'm just going to read through some BJCP stuff I found. Now, there actually is no quad style that I could find in the BJCP. They list them under the Belgian Dark Strong Ale. So the overall impression is a dark, complex, very strong Belgian ale with a delicious blend of malt richness, dark fruit flavors, and spicy elements. Complex, rich, smooth, and dangerous. Comments on it: authentic Trappist versions tend to be drier. Belgians would say more digestible than Abbey versions, which can be rather sweet and full-bodied. Traditionally bottle conditioned or re-fermented in bottle, sometimes known as a Trappist Quadruple. Most are simply known by their strength or color designation. Short history that they have written here is most versions are unique in character, reflecting characteristics of individual breweries, produced in limited quantities and often highly sought after. That's a crappy history write-up right there. And that's about it. I did check the commercial examples to make sure that what I knew to be quads was in there, to make sure that this was the right thing to be reading, and it was. So let's go ahead and showcase our beers. First off, we're going to start with Ron.
Okay, I have Chimay Grand Reserve, introduced as a special item in 1948 for Christmas, and then produced as a year-around beer under its current name, starting in 1982, 9% alcohol. I'll use my Abita Brewing Company opener.
Ooh.
And start to pour it. Made some smoke. We were doing a video review in Texas back in 2011, and we had a beer with the cage on it and the cork, and we undid the cage, and the cork shot off like a bullet, and it went pow, and the baby burst out screaming. There was a baby in the room, and so that's still posted. You can see the cork blow up, boom, and then the baby screaming, ah! And then I said, well, I was wrong. And I had to remember, during the video, I said, well, let's move on. And everybody else in the room was like shocked. It's kind of an awkward video. But nice brown appearance, bubbly, and on we go to the next person.
There you go.
Right? Isn't that how you want to do it?
Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. Yep.
Cheers, everybody. Tonight we got the Trappist Rochefort 10. So there's 3 versions of this. The 10 is the actual quad. So let me go ahead and open it up. This is a Trappist beer, of course. This one is 11.3 alcohol by volume. Let's pour her up. I don't have a classic Chimay glass, so we're going to fake it. very, very tight bubbles. It wants to just race up the glass here, so we'll be kind of cautious with this. So anyway, it's got a nice ruby color to it, brown to ruby. Alex pour.
Yeah.
That beer just wants to pour like Alex.
Yeah. There's got like a divot in the like turn it around to where you can see what you're showing us. Like big bubbles. It's just on that one side of it.
When you got tight and loose bubbles, and on top there's like a crater.
Right? Like meringue.
Anyway, very good looking beer. Let's see. What I was going to say something. These are the beers that start off at This beer specifically starts off at 1.100 on original gravity, so very high ABV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Dude, very sweet. Yeah. All right.
All right. So I'm very excited about this. I have got the St. Bernardus at 12, one of the highest rated Belgian quadruple ABLs out there, but there's a twist. This is the barrel aged sour version. Never had
what? Wow.
10% ABV. A little info about this beer. They take the St. Bernardus App 12, which is their flagship beer, and they age it in oak barrels for 3 years. And then once they take it out of the oak barrel, it says this beer aging lets the beer go sour. So after they remove it from the barrels, they blend the soured version with freshly brewed App 12. And it says it's a perfect blend. And we will see. So I will let me go ahead and pour it real quick. Try to be quick with this. I should have prepped the bottle here.
I would put your hand on that. Watch out. Ooh.
Pour it towards your face.
Usually I like to put my hand on top of the cage when I open those kind of bottles in case, you know.
There we go. Some nice vapors
Oh, right.
coming out
I
there.
wouldn't agitate that too badly.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just gonna try to get out of there.
Let me shake it violently.
I'm trying to be a little easy with the pour just because these things get very they're very active. So there you go. A nice dark brown appearance with about a one finger, very creamy looking tan head. Looks delightful and it smells delightful.
I was gonna say a sour quadruple seems sacrilegious, but then again, these beers are a lot of the time are made by religious people.
Okay. I got some stuff I can't pronounce, boys.
Welcome to Texas.
I got the raspberry barista. This is a raspberry chocolate quad. It's a Belgium style ale. It's 11%. It is corked and caged, which I haven't done anything with. But now John said that, I should have probably started. As I do this, I'll try to read some stuff. It says it's by Castile Brewing. It's a blend of original barista chocolate quad and a St. Louis framboise. Am I saying that properly? It sounded good to me, right? And the raspberry framboise contrast with the bitter dark chocolate notes in the beer. Okay,
I was gonna say,
yeah, I did that.
Keep that cork away from your nether regions.
Exactly. Well, we'll still watch out for the computer. All right. Cage off. Cage it off. Or take it up. How's it go? Easy. All right, here we go. Got a cool cap on it, a little metal thing, cage cap. You know how it goes. Anyway, very gently. Good, broke loose. Nice. That's a good start.
Watch out for foam if it happens.
Good, ready? Woo, baby.
Perfect.
Nice. Hey, Deb, ready? All right, here we go. And I think I got sort of kind of the right glass. Anyway, it's speaking of it makes any difference. Proper glassware. Mostly clean. Right?
Mostly unused.
I would come out of here sometime. I see y'all pouring them, so I'm being kind. But y'all heard the pop on the top, so that's awesome. Makes you want to drink beer, doesn't it? Okay, I know nothing about this, and so here we are. Let me break out my, as Craig would call it, my porch, and I'll show you some color to it. Show you some color to. Oh, you can't see.
Yeah, you ain't seeing nothing. A little bit. There you go.
Really, really, really red. It's really red. Pours with a white head, and yeah, looks good. I'll give her a try. Cheers, and thanks for having me here.
Appreciate you all being here.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up, guys, man? I've got the Grand Cru, the Valdieu. It's a Belgian Abbey. 10.5%. So, smoke on the water. Nice little noise that came out of there. So,
Right.
Watch out!
oh,
No.
Look,
yeah, that's all right. It's not.
It's like a
Oh,
commercial.
he fixed it. He cleaned it up pretty nice. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Not so bleeding.
It happens. It's not the first time. Sure, it won't be last. Man, it's got a real tight, meaty head on there. See it hanging out of the glass. Oh, Jesus.
Jeremy.
Yeah, it's got a nice, rich red color, mahogany, deep brownish. Slight off-white head. I don't know. 2 fingers, maybe 3. I don't know. So there it is. I need a paper towel.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
That's it. The one everybody's been waiting for.
Oh, it's my turn? Oh, okay. Hey, thanks, BuMpy. As always, this is great. A pleasure being here. So, all right. So I've got, I have to pull my notes up. So, all right. So we got the Straff, whatever you call it. They're, it's a Hewis Brewery, Halfman Brewery. Bronx, Belgium is where they're at. And that's what it says, man. It means half moon. That's why they have a moon. Oh, I thought it was half man. So
He's shaking the bottle, people.
I am. This is the Brugs Quadruple or Quad. It's 11% ABV. They're out of Brugs, Belgium. So let's go ahead and open this up. Wow,
Yep.
really lifty.
Oh, wait a
really water vapory and hell yeah.
That bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Love that glass.
Yeah, I didn't bust mine out tonight. Oh well.
All right.
I like
So we got a great beer here. I'm gonna review this. I'm gonna go over this. We have a beautiful beer. You can see it now. I'll wait to explain it. Cheers.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers. Thanks, Beer Man.
Yeah.
Gives us a little time to muddle through it.
Okay. From Amadon in Cooperstown, New York, we have Three Philosophers, which is a blend of quadruple ale and Belgian Creek ale with cherries at 9.7%. Let me crack it open and we'll see what the pour will bring.
Intense pour.
I'm not actually, you're not actually seeing the pour, but it looks like another Alex special.
You got it right.
Well, I'll have to get the rest in. I'll have to get the rest in after it
Jeremy.
starts receding a little bit. I don't know if you can tell from the light. It's a very dark red color, but you can see through it. You get the kind of ruby red kind of look with a, in this case, probably a 3-finger head right now. It will recede, but I'll be back with a review when we go around again.
Awesome. Thank you,
I can
Mike.
smell the cherries already.
Oh, nice.
It's funny. All right. We got the only repeat on the show tonight, and it happens to be from a metalhead. We got the Trappist Rochefort 10. That probably was not even Belgian sounding or French. So what else can I add that our good buddy Thrash Metal did not add yet? So this is brewed at 11.3% ABV with natural spring water from the local Tridine Spring, pale malt and Munich malt, unmalted grain, Hallertau and Styrian golden hops, yeast, candy sugar, and granulated sugar. And so they have their own unique yeast strain at the Rochefort Brewery, And again, they use water from the spring called the Trian, which they go and filter in right from the tributary or the spring there, and it goes right down into the actual brewery. And there's a lot to do with wanting to keep that nice and preserved for people to use it for generations to come. I got a Teku glass. I was drinking out of that a little bit earlier, so I'm gonna have to watch out for the head retention here, just so that I don't go absolutely nuts.
Roquefort located.
All right, here we go. So yeah, I definitely get a murky brown in my light. I get that murky brown, tannish kind of color, and I am noticing some sediment in the glass with a nice khaki colored head. So I look forward to getting into this one. My time here. Roll 410.
Turn.
Smell good.
All right, and the beer that I'm bringing and going to be drinking is it's the St. Bernardus App 12, not soured. Comes in at 10% ABV. It's from Beer St. Bernard, Belgium, Trappist, Wenweg, 23 Watu, whatever. I don't know.
Wenweg.
That's what it all says at the bottom. It makes sense of it.
Wenweg. All right.
But yeah, let's go ahead and pour this in. Give everybody a look-see. Good hiss on that bottle.
Ooh, yeasty.
I definitely do not have the right glassware, but figured, hey, a sour glass would work fine with a non-sour App 12. Hey, I got it all in there. Nice.
Yay.
Yeah, so it's got kind of a medium bubble rocky head, a little bit off-white, kind of a little bit of a light khaki color. The color of the beer itself is a pretty deep mahogany red. You guys are not going to see the light, so I don't have a torch like that, but I think you can kind of see it when I hold it down here. It's kind of got this red hue to it. So yeah, looks very nice. Let's go ahead and bring it back to Ron Cario. Did I do good?
Did I do good? Daddy, did I do okay? Pat me on the back, Daddy. That's funny.
Okay, now this beer, which has been on the market 72 years and year-round for 38 years in Belgium, from the Kingdom of Belgium. It smells very much like an old raisin, like raisins. Old, what does it smell like? Some kind of old, funky leather chest, a wooden chest, leather bound, where people keep old stuff in an old attic in an old house, old wood.
BuMpy knows about that.
I don't know how to describe it properly. It has some fruitiness for sure. If you told an American this is beer, they drink and stuff like Miller High Life and Coors Banquet, they might think that doesn't smell like any beer I ever smelled. And you could have to understand their viewpoint because it is so strange when you're a stranger. It does now have some dark brown bread crust coming into play, I do believe. Was just rich and smelly and bountifully. And cheers to you all in the group. Cheers and welcome to everyone who's doing examination tonight. And thank you, Bumpy Road Brewing, for letting me join.
Well, thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ron.
I bought 4 bottles. Huh? Oh, thank you. I bought 4 bottles one for tonight, another one for tonight, another one. No, I'm just joking. One for tonight, and I guess my friend David might want to do a duo review. He gets real excited about these kind of beers. It's kind of sugary, it's kind of raisiny, it's very fruity. It's like a spiced holiday cake. And remember, it was a Christmas beer, so it makes sense in that respect. The body is, well, I guess kind of heavy body, like in between medium and heavy. Somewhere you could say it's low heavy or high medium. Low heavy or high medium. It is pretty dry though. I mean, I'm talking about the sweet taste, but they were talking about on the website how it's kind of a lot drier than you might at first believe. It has a lot of characteristics not dissimilar to a dry wine, which would attract some people, but yet on the other hand, repel other people. And it's really rich. I don't see how you could abuse this because you couldn't drink too much. I just think it would be too much to take. 11.2 ounces is about 0.8 of an ounce too small. 0.8, of a small. I'd rather be an even 12. I like those good even numbers, whole numbers. But anyway, that's not the format in which it was purchased. Excuse me, as you can tell, it's highly carbonated.
No game in my game.
It's got those kind of beers are refreshing because it's got that prickly carbonation. It builds up and it's like, it's like, yeah, I'm a man. You got a problem with that? I'm 40. I'm a man. No, I'm 52, right? That's the famous quote. Anyway, now I'm going to end this up, and we are closing out. Don't worry, BuMpy. 30 more minutes, I'm done.
Gee, thanks. He says that with a straight face, even.
So now that we finished the prologue, the gunk did make it gunky, like more like tasting, gives you the willies a little bit, or as they say in some places around here, they say it gave me the frisson. The frisson gave me the frisson, please. But they say the frisson. But it's dynamite. I love it. It better be great for $5 a little. I call these little bottles because they're less than 12 ounces. So, hey, but you know what? It's a winner. It's a real winner. The score, this rich Christmas holiday bread. I'm swishing around like mouthwash. This beer is 100 out of 100. It is a 100 out of a 100. 1 point higher, it's world class. It's not quite world class. It really is world class, but I'm gonna say 100. 100. Whoa! Wow. People always ask me, if you were stuck on an island and you could only have one beer for the rest of your life, what would that beer be? Well, this might be one of my choices. Oh, what a fabulous product. Now, Wednesday. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that as a joke. I mean, it really is a fabulous product. Wednesday, we have Oktoberfest beers coming up. So all the people who want to join, excuse me, Oktoberfest beers is in play. Now, tomorrow morning on Dawn Busters, don't get excited and don't even waste your time watching it. I got bad versus worse. I can't really. this is not so bad, but it's so bizarre. I would say, you ever want to drink something that just tasted wrong? Drink this King Square. And it gets worse because the competitor is the bizarre, perplexing, and not to mention highly unusual charcoal perfected blended whiskey from JW Dance. And I kept saying in the videos, if this is the charcoal perfected, can you imagine what the charcoal imperfected would taste like? The one that they didn't perfect with charcoal? Oh, it would be unbelievable. So that's it. And I'm out of here. And thanks for letting me join. 100 out of 100. What?
Thank you very much for joining, Ronald. Louisiana Beer Youth.
Like
I
Michelle,
won't attempt the last name again.
like Michelle used to say on Full House, you're welcome very much.
Appreciate
See you, man.
Take care, Jay.
Cheers, Ron.
I'm looking for my next victim.
Like the Adams family.
Right, yeah, right. As a thing, right thing. All right, man. There's Brian. Come on, you got this.
This is one of those nights, you know. Yeah, this is one of those nights. Let me bring my notes down. I was taking some notes here. Okay, let's go ahead and go through this so we can get to where we need to be. Okay, so the beer color, dark ruby red. On here, you can see the outline of it. Like Eric had right at the end of the pour, there's some dregs, which kind of added that uniqueness to the beer itself. So beer's clarity is opaque. The beer's head is white, highly persistent, rocky, and frothy. I just let it set because I had that really thick head, and I just let it set, and it just wouldn't go anywhere. Then all of a sudden it started like caving in where all the big bubbles were. And then finally there was enough room for me to pour the rest of the beer in, which is nice. The smell on it, malty, sweet. You get the caramel and you get heat in your nose. Very, very pronounced at 11.3. I don't even think the Trappists even try to hide it anymore. I don't think they ever did, right? It holds one hell of some lacing. This is a very, very beautiful beer that just doesn't give up. I mean, it is. If you look at the line, this thing just keeps. It's been setting for as long as everybody's gone through their beer. It has the raisins, that plum, kind of the datiness, the prunes and fig type smells that you get with a beer like this. Very beautiful in the nose, very floral in the nose with all of that. On the taste, cheers.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers.
You get that assertive, very robust and intense, complex tastes in a beer like this. This is one of the best representations of this that I ever had. You get really good bitterness in there. Those fruits come through that I said before on the nose. It really comes through well on it. The beer's mouthfeel is very warming. It's viscous. When you're done drinking it, you open up your mouth and man, it's like you get that alcohol escaping the tongue. You get that bitterness on the sides of the tongue. Very, very nice. The carbonation level is very round, and the body is very viscous, but it's robust. I mean, it's not so viscous that it's oil from oil can. It's kind of just a little short from there, but very robust. The beer's body is very, very robust. Yeah. And this one, I don't know if this has happened on BuMpY Show before, but this is the first time that I've ever rated a beer 100.
What? Oh shit!
You going right now? Oh shit!
Going now.
This beer is the best representation that I've ever had of this type of beer, and it is up there. This is world class. Seriously.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Cheers, y'all.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We'll talk about that beer in a little bit with Thomas Middleman.
All right. Wow, what a review. Good job, sir.
See what else I can add to that world-class review in a little while.
Sounds like a pie.
Indeed. Yeah.
Let's see if John and Ellie can top 100.
Probably not.
The eye. Come on, what you got?
All right. So the St. Bernardus App 12 Barrel Aged Sour. Just topped it off.
Oh,
It did maintain the head throughout the whole experience. It just keeps that little thin layer of head, some nice splotchy glass lacing as well. Already talked about the appearance, just kind of a dark brown, slightly hazy appearance. I'm sure if I held up a light, like you'd probably get some ruby hues coming through. So the aroma with this, a lot like what you guys are describing, definitely getting the dark fruit, some fig, dates, the plums in there. A little bit of oak from the barrel aging is coming through on this as well. And one thing that I absolutely love with this aroma is it got like a little bit of a creek thing going from the sour element, kind of like a sour cherry note that I'm picking up on, which just really sends it over the top. It smells absolutely delightful. The 10% alcohol, I'm really not picking up on any booziness. It just smells like a really wonderful, fruity, malt-forward beer with that little bit of sour cherry and oak. The taste, cheers, guys. Thanks to BuMpY.
It's a lot like mine. It's that same kind of, it's not too strong, but it's there, and it's got a good flavor.
Oh, yeah.
So most everybody on the panel, I think, has had the App 12, one of the best Belgian quads available.
But you got the barrel aged.
I mean, this just takes it up to the next level with that sour cherry note, the oak that's coming through. The carbonation with this is so fine, so bubbly, prickly carbonation going on throughout. Those dark fruit notes really come through on the palate. There's a little bit of like a musty type quality that's kind of hard to describe, but it's not a negative thing. It just lets you know that this beer is something special. It's got some age to it. The body really, I mean, you could say this is a heavy-bodied beer. I would say it's more on the medium side just because it doesn't have that thickness, that motor oil type quality that you get with a lot. So it's a little bit thinner on the mouthfeel, but it's still got a ton of complexity, a ton of flavor. The 10% alcohol is masked well, although you do pick up on the oak. And it is warming going down, so you kind of know that it's the higher ABV beer, but it's not really boozy. Man, there is a little bit of bitterness on the finish to kind of round it out, but it's not really a bitter beer. But yeah, it drops off pretty nicely on the finish. A little bit of bitterness, like I said, to round it out. A little bit of that Belgian, like candy sugar sweetness coming through. Just an absolutely delightful beer. I would give the St. Bernardus App 12, the regular version, a 99. And since everybody's already given ratings, I'm going to go ahead and rate this. I got to do it. It's 100 out of 100. It is a world-class beer. It does not get better than this. This moves to the top of the pack for me. It's the best Belgian quad I've ever had, hands down. That sourness, barrel-aged note just sets it over the top. And already world-class beer taken to the next level. Pure perfection in a glass. And I do not give hundreds out lightly, so this is, I mean, it does not get better than this. And I hope all of you guys can find the barrel-aged sour version of the App 12. It was brewed in 2019, so may still be able to get it. I don't know if they're planning on coming out with this again, but they definitely should. It is absolutely incredible. So cheers, everybody, and I am going to enjoy the rest of this right now.
Cheers, John.
Cheers, John. Glad you could make it tonight. And we will move on over to None.
All right.
What's that?
Who goes there?
I said I'm catching that second win.
Oh, nice,
I was
good.
exhausted
Well, keep
when
it.
we started. It's amazing what a
We gotta try to
10%
create a.
world-class Belgian
Yeah,
quad can do for your self-esteem.
We're gonna
Yeah.
try to create a poll after this. So
Holy crap! All right, now it's me. All right. Okay, so let's refresh. Let's go back to this. Okay. I got the it says right there, because I'm not real good with all the descriptors and stuff. I'm gonna go along with this stuff. It says Castle Brewing right there. Castle Brewery. Something I can't pronounce, and then Belgium. It says that right there on the top, and you're not gonna be able to see it.
So it's near RJ's neck of the
Here
woods.
we are. But here we are. We got this raspberry chocolate quad. It's a Belgian style ale. It's 11%. This bottle, corked and capped and caged and all that crap cost me $13, about $13 for this bottle. Okay, now in no particular order, I'm going to come through with some tasting notes. I really should put them in different spots. So it pours a deep mahogany. Y'all seen that a while ago. It had a one finger head that seemed to stick around for a while. Let's look at it, right? And so there it is. And so you see it's poured the one finger head. It's raspberry off the nose, and wouldn't get a lot of chocolate off of it. Just mostly raspberry and like oh gosh, skip through my nose. The dark fruits, the plum and the fig, like they mentioned before, it's in there like that. And so it's raspberry off the okay, sour raspberry on the tongue, and I'm trying to mix up the notes a little bit. There's no, but there's little chocolate. It's more raspberry than anything. Again, with the plum and the fig and the dark fruits and shit like that. It seems like there's some candy sugar in there. Like Rontario said, it's kind of wine-like. It is kind of wine-like. You see, it's still got that little bit of stuff there on the top, right? It's still hanging out there at the top, and you whip it around a little bit, and it'll bring back the little head, make a nice cap again. And the glass lacing is awesome, all right? And it sticks to the tongue. It's not dry a bit. It is quite wine-like and quite. It's got a little sweeter finish, I guess. It's lingering. There's not so much chocolate, like I mentioned. It's a dessert beer. Something probably to share, especially with a bottle this big. It's something to share with everybody. 11%, and it's just sweet. It's decadent. It's not really my style, and quiet hashtags. It's not really my style. So it makes a dessert beer one to share. Look at the glass lacing, like I put in the notes a while ago, and yeah, it's got awesome glass lacing and all that bit. Whips up with the head. I did that. Thrash Metal said it's warming, and yes, it is. I'm trying to kind of play off of people. Is this what it is? That's what it is. It is very warming. It's 1%, by golly, And then it's got a thicker mouthfeel. It's not like totally dense like motor oil, like it was mentioned before, but it is thick. And fig dates, dark fruits. Okay, here's my last note. You see, they all got stars beside them, right? They all got stars beside them, and then they went my bet right there. And the last bit. It works. Yeah, it works. It's a different style for me. I'm not really this kind of guy. I don't really get into these so much. I'm learning to like them. This is interesting. Would I buy it again right away? I would just share with a friend because it's just too much everything to me. I got baby palate. It's a little too much for me. But I would share this amongst friends to be able to love it. Brewer advocate or whatever gives it an 88. I'm going to give it a 95. I think there's probably something better out there, but I'm not going to downgrade it because it's not bad. It's just different. So I need to learn. I'm ignorant to it, So I just need to learn what it's about, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. This is probably a great representation of the style of beer. Go look it up for yourself. Okay, hey, you want to hear something stupid? Here's one for you. Okay, so there are more people. Now check this out. I'm gonna pull Terrio on you. There's more people that literally have died from corks coming off of these bottles than Ebola. Not Ebola. It's foodborne thing. What's the one? Shit! I was telling that story. I fucked it up.
E. coli.
E. coli. Yeah. Botulism. That's the one. Botulism. Because I get into home canning and stuff too. I do that a bit. There's more people who have literally died from a cork than botulism.
That's weird.
Dang.
So anyway, they said 88. I call it a 95. I like it. I would buy it again, but I'd want to share it with friends. I would prefer to have a smaller bottle. I did spend $13.99 on this one, but no, it's good. I would do it again. It's again baby palate, and I'm learning this stuff. Thanks for including me, and thanks for showing me some new cool beers that I've never ever tried. It is quite raspberry. Go check it out for yourself if you're into the Belgium quads. And although chocolate is like the biggest words on the thing almost, it's not really so much chocolatey. It's got a lot of raspberry. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
That sounds
Thanks for
awesome.
being here, D1.
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
Right, just do this once for me, D1, as we move over to miscellaneous. You go going once, going twice, sold.
Oh yeah, going once, going twice, sold to lowest bidder. And there's a guy.
All right, boys. On the Grand Cru, the Valdieu, you guys saw the color and all that. I'll show you what the glass is looking like. It's looking pretty good. On the nose, man, it was a deep, rich malt, stone fruit, plum, slight raisin, slightly sweet on the nose. For the taste, it had like a medium body to me. It wasn't real heavy. It was more towards the full body of the medium side. Slightly sweet. Tasted like I said, it's got that stewed fruit kind of note to it. Plums, raisins, dates, figs, like that. On the taste of the beer, it didn't really have a strong alcohol presence on the palate, but it was warming in the chest as it went down. After you swallow, and then on the back of the palate, I was getting like a slight like chestnut walnut kind of note as it kind of dried on the back of the palate. It was kind of dry, but it did leave me wanting more of this beer. It's the first time I've had a quad, and I'm going to score it a 99. I really like this. I can't score it 100 because obviously there's better stuff out there, but I am impressed with this style of beer. And cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah, like I said, it kept that head. I almost didn't have time to take notes. It took so long for that head to fall. It was like fluffy, cloud-like. It was insane.
Nice.
I'm glad that you like this as a first time having it. So
I think you definitely get the award for best glass lacing.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's all over it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's nice.
Right. All right. So we are gonna move off to Beer Man.
Hey, all right.
Mr.
Cool.
Descriptor, here we go.
Well, this is well, this poured out with a 2. I'm going to put my notes away because every one of you said very close things to what this tastes like. And I think a lot of these brewers really brewed their beers very identical to the style. But I will definitely talk about the Hendrick here. It poured at a 2-finger head. The retention was amazing. It stuck around. I mean, it's still there. It's still a little glaze there. It's got a nice, even has a bit of a leg drip on the lacing. So it's kind of crystallized, very nice, very sugary. What I liked about this is it had a dry. Let me go into the aroma first. It had the plum, it had the fig, it had the raisin. I can't miss the raisin. It had that vinny kind of grapey kind of smell. I guess that goes in line with the raisin, the dehydrated grapes. But it had a sweet kind of caramel toffee smell. It had the fruit cake, as Ronald was saying, the very nice brown bread, brown sugary kind of fruit cake with the dark fruits and that's. And then going to the look of it, just a nice, deep, rich, brownish, like ruby red. Had a medium fast rising bubble. It was a thick looking beer. It was opaque. It's opaque. It is opaque. As it gets lower to the base of bulb here, you can really see through it though, and it brings out like kind of a Tootsie Roll brown, or a that ruby red kind of flows into it as well. So the flavor here is real nice, a lot on the same lines as the aroma. You're getting the raisin, plum, fig, that kind of thing, the dark fruits. The vinny-ness comes, I think, from the dryness, the dry feel in the back, which is really nice because it's so complex that you want something to dry it off, right? You want something to kind of take away that flavor so that it's not so whoa. And I've had Dubels, I've had others that not Dubels. I've had I can't think of the freaking style off the top of my head, but I've had others that are very cloying and very sweet and very wrong, especially like the Imperial Stout I had the other night that was super cloying, very sweet and disturbing. So this was real nice and dry in the finish. It really had that toffee kind of caramel flavor, the brown bread, the fruit bread, even a banana bread kind of came out of this, banana nut bread, the nuts, the walnuts, the amazing nuttiness in this as well.
It's cool you picked that up because I did too, man.
A very good beer. Yeah. Oh, dude, if you didn't get it now, get it sometime and just try it.
No, I mean like the nutty note on it. You know?
Oh, right.
Those notes. Yeah, those notes.
Bit of a nuttiness, yeah.
Cool.
Perfumey, kind of got perfumey and boozy as it warmed up. When you clench your tongue to your palate, you really get a lot of that heat rising up to your sinuses and down your chest. It's real nice. Tangy and dry finish, though. I'm just reading my notes now because I'm kind of out of words. Bouginess is there, but it's not super bad. It's a medium full body, medium finish. I scored a 99 out of 100 because I want to try more quads. I didn't quite push it, but it's definitely on that A+ side. So a very, very good beer. So
yeah, right,
man.
Gotta be something better out there. Good representation though. Like everybody's digging it so far.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Bear Man.
No problem. Thank you.
Everybody remembers when I poured this, you remember how big the head was? It was all the way up to here. And now it looks like a lot of the other beers we're showing, it's faded down to a very small, thin, kind of khaki kind of head, maybe a little bit lighter than khaki. And the color, as maybe you can see in this kind of light, maybe not as reddish. Looking closely in the light, you can see a lot of sediment floating in this one. Somebody else mentioned sediment before. This has that in it. And the lacing is also pretty tremendous. It keeps coming back as you swish your glass.
Oh, my. Oh, there is sediment in here. Oh, my.
The nose is all cherry, though. They mentioned that they use cream cherries combination, and it's very strong cherry. You maybe get a little bit of a yeasty kind of smell as well. I'm not really getting dark fruits in the nose, but I guess you have to go to the taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Mike.
Get that Mr. Cumber out.
Okay, so we definitely the cherry. It's kind of a sour cherry. It's not sweet, it's sour. Tart, I guess, more than sour. Tart cherry, and you're getting in the background some dark fruits, same ones that everybody's mentioning. Your raisins, your plums, your figs. That's there too. Carbonation is medium. The body is medium. There's definitely no bitterness in it. It's what I would call a dessert beer, a sweet beer.
Yeah.
It goes down very easy. You really can't taste the 9.7%. So the cherry and the fruit cover the alcohol really well. It would be a dangerous beer, but you wouldn't want to chug it because there's a lot going on. It's very complex.
It is, yes, sir. I have to agree with that.
So I love this beer. It's funny. I'm not going to give it as high a rating as most of the group, but I'm still going to give it a 97, which means it's bordering on A+. It's definitely a strong A. I've had quads that were a little bit stronger than this, but this is an American brewed quad, And it doesn't mean an American brewed one can't be 100. The Belgian ones I've had have been a little bit better, but I'm still going to give it a 97. I'd recommend you buying it. Amagon has fairly good distribution. I'm sure some of you see it and can buy it. So it's a beer I would recommend you buy. And even some of the other products that Amagon makes, you know, they have saisons, they have doubles, they have triples, triple. So I'd recommend those as well. And definitely I would recommend it.
I really should mute my mic during these things. I shouldn't. I have too much fun. Blake TV says a fucking water, 100 out of 100.
Right.
Right. Maybe not so much.
You want slightly
Thank you, Michael,
sorry,
for
Mr.
joining in tonight, and I'm glad that we could finally get these quads in.
Yeah. Quadruple.
He rocks it. Okay, rocks it.
Ale. All right. I'm also going to be talking about the Trappist Rochefort 10 Belgian Ale. Didn't even mention anything about a lot of Belgian beers out there, but this is, you can't even read that. It says authentic Trappist product, which means that it was certified by the Trappist organization, and it is made actually at a monastery and the primary by Belgian monks, and the primary source of income for the brewery is not, or at the monastery is not the beer. They have to use beer to support what they do at their monastery. You cannot invent a monastery and become a Trappist certified product by just making beer. So I thought I might mention something new about that we didn't mention yet. Head is now gone, but you can see all those legs, those little opaque looking legs around the glass. Kind of cool. It's a murky brownish red color with a tan colored head. There is small to medium sediment. We talked about that, and like I just said, very nice alcohol legs. I'm gonna stick with my
sediment. Your camera pulled up that sediment.
Yeah, dark chocolate and a raisin combination. There is a big well water / copper penny component, as well as a pronounced sweetness / molasses note. Brown and Beretti too. Let's give it a taste on camera.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Oh, Rochefort 10. There you go. It is fairly sweet from the Belgian candied sugar they use. Again, I'm getting the well water copper penny aspect front and center in this beer. It's kind of got the Belgian horse blanket feel in the taste, like on a Belgian saison, but it's played out in the beer on more of a kind of a slightly musty side. If that makes any sense. There's definitely a raisin date / date taste, molasses and brown bread, and there is a perceived bitterness for sure, but I'm not really totally sure if that's part of the sugariness to it, the alcohol flavor, or if it's hop related. Probably maybe not so hop related in the bitterness. And it does have a very alcoholic presence, but it's not really a hot heat burn in your mouth or when it's going down, which is very chest warming. It is a robust flavored ale. It's extremely carbonated. It is very carbonated. It's a medium to full bodied beer, closer to the full bodied. I did talk about the alcohol being very warming, and the finish extremely long. Not a refreshing beer, but sip it and relax and take your time with it. Steak, cigars, fruit cake, chocolate ice cream. I don't know. Cherry tart. Maybe like a Greek yogurt with cherries. Raspberry. I have no clue. Maybe that would be cool.
Better watch out. We'll have Alex with ice cream and quads.
Right now.
So
it would go well, wouldn't it?
It's a pretty good beer. I'm not going to be like 199, but 94 is pretty good for this style and very representative, as Thrash Metal said, on the style as a whole. It is a little pricey, spendy. It's $7.99 a bottle, but it's still pretty good beer for the value. I guess I wish maybe there was more of a maltiness, or not a maltiness. Yeah, maybe a maltiness to kind of combat, and a little bit more hops to combat the Belgian sugar, and a little bit more malts to kind of round out the alcohol flavor, but that actually might bring out more alcohol. But other than that, I'm just nitpicking about what I'm not so fond of in the beer, but that's minimal stuff. 94.
Nice. Very good.
Thank you.
Very
BuMpy.
good. Thank you.
Here's that. Yeah, they're it's a different style for sure to me. Anyway, it's pretty good. Not hating it. Not hating it.
Awesome.
Room
Awesome.
temperature, more dark chocolate, definitely.
Just
I got a little bit left. As you can see, mine really has no head. Let's see if I can generate something.
oh yeah, it'll whip it up. It'll whip it up.
Maybe it's kind of doing something. A little
There you
bit.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not so much.
What mine does basically on the glass is it's just got like alcohol legs.
Yep.
The aromas I was getting out of this, first thing I noticed, not really picking up on much of this smell now that it's been sitting out for a while, but at first I was getting like this dry yeasty type smell. If you guys have brewers, dry yeast, if you open up a pack and smell it, kind of had that. So then there's a bit of like a wood, a plum, and cherry type aroma as well. In the flavors, cheers.
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 Got the I'm gonna go with the body first. It's kind of like a light to medium body, high carbonation level. Has a very, very light drying. It's not super drying. There's quite a bit of that bready note. Kind of like it goes into like a sweet bread or like a darker bread, like brown bread, but not as brown bread as some of the other beers I've had that are not quads. It's got this kind of candy sweetness to it, like a dark candy. To me, almost like a grape hard candy. Then there's a cherry note that I also pick up in the flavor. There's a slight touch of an alcohol presence in the flavor on this as well. It doesn't really warm my chest or anything, but I do notice like a little hint of alcohol note in there. And it does have, like John and Ellie mentioned, there's a slight bittering to it. To me, it's kind of like a woody bittering flavor that just balances it out. It's not like so bitter like it's a arrogant bastard or something like that, or an IPA. But it is a balancing bitterness, but it is a noticeable woody bitterness to me. For the score, I'm going to give this one. It's going to be in the excellent range. I'm going to give it a 97 out of 100.
Woo! Wow.
That was 100. I kind of mumbled that.
Lots of carbonation.
You know the thing. Come on, man.
Blame that on the beer.
I totally blame that. Come on.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right.
You said 10%? What was yours again, Jeffy? I'm sorry, your ABV? I'm sorry.
10%.
10%. Yeah. That speaks to you, doesn't it?
Speaks to you.
I know about y'all, man. It's what a night, man. What a really good night for
This
beers.
was
I mean,
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
we almost had all of
Kind of disappointed
in
it's
the
over,
private
to be
chat,
honest with you.
This is the highest, collectively the highest ratings I think on any Multi Monday, which to me just really tells you how good the style is.
Yeah,
Right.
Such a great style.
Look at the lacing. Look at the head. You can whip up the head in no time at all. Maybe not just everybody's, but this is quite decadent. It's quite delightful.
Average
Trying to learn the flavors, boys.
What?
97, 88 average.
Oh,
Nice.
there goes Beer Man again.
97.88.
Phone.
97.88
Average.
Wow.
That's a great average. That just shows how good of a beer this beer style is. This Big Bomber was like $13, but yeah, it's enough to share with friends. I mean, you could. It's hella.
I wouldn't share it. Screw them.
Yeah, right.
Right.
No, like Mike has said, like everybody said, this is one of those styles that, man, this is one of those things you just sit back for, hour or two. I mean,
Yeah, let it warm up. Yeah,
you want it. I like starting off
You'll have to pry this bottle from my cold, lifeless hands if you want to get into some of this.
Well, now's the time for anybody on panel if you want to shout out anything you have going on your channel.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we're closing her down.
We'll go around like we went.
Yeah, I'll be doing. I'm starting to actually do some recording now, so
Woo!
you guys
Yeah.
might see some stuff coming.
Nice.
We'll see. I'm just gonna start off easy. I'm playing with some freebie software, so we'll see what comes out.
Nice.
Music recording. Right?
Got some. I'm off this week, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of recording. Got to do some barbecue. Did a brew day, but I didn't video any of that. I was just with friends, so I'll probably do a brew day this week. I'll get that videoed. I might go this next weekend. I'll probably go live, and we'll do a live brew day this next weekend. And the horse stuff is going. The rescue's going really good. Yeah, just wait to see. I mean, I got material and everything. It's just a matter of getting it done. I need to get more recorded too. So
Yeah.
There you go. Good answer. I'm trying is what he's saying right now. I'm trying. I'm working it.
I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm raising my hand here. I know we're in school, right? I'm in the bottom of the class. Does anybody get what I'm saying when I drink this quadruple, at least the Rochefort 10, where it kind of has, it's more on the musty side, but I get that kind of thing you get in Belgian style saisons, farmhouse ales, where it has that horse blankety, like not really a funky tart, but it has that kind of over the top
flavor.
kind of flavor to it.
Yeah, that saison off flavor.
Yeah,
I don't get that in mine.
I got a little bit of a musty. I think I just described it as a mustiness, but it's not, and I wouldn't consider it an off flavor.
No,
it's just like the age. I mean, this one in particular is aged for 3 years in oak barrels, which not all of them are aged that long. But when you age a beer like that, especially a darker beer like that, with the type of yeast that they use, that Belgian yeast, it just creates that funkiness. That almost like Britannia.
That's where I get what I call that mineral copper penny. If you've ever had a cut on well water, if you ever had a cut on your lip, and for some reason you get the blood on the tongue, that kind of a iodine kind of a.
Y'all see that shit in the bottom? Can y'all see?
Yeah, I got that shit in the bottom.
That's one of the best parts.
That's crazy. I had absolutely no sediment in my beer.
Eric's showing again. There, yeah, Eric's.
I kept the dregs on the bottom of mine. If you look there,
there's chunks in there, boys.
I see what you're saying, Thomas, on this beer.
Yeah.
The thing is a lot of the candiness really overpowers that a bit. So it's just like an afterthought when you drink it. The saison-y kind of off flavor you're talking about.
That's a fair assessment with this one, yeah. It's the one that we're drinking is so Belgian candy sugar forward.
I like
that
it.
Yeah, it is.
Not put by sweetness whatsoever in the Roche.
I'm kind of new.
Again. I mean, I have to put some money into stocks and stuff.
I'm kind of new on this whole sour thing, but this is not like the sour that Flemish kind of stuff that we have before. This is quite different.
Oh, this isn't a sour. Well, John was, but
we're not really drinking sours this year.
Yeah, this is way less bitter. It has a bit of sour to it. This particular one, I don't know if you had this one. It has a little bit of sour to it, but it's not like just trying to suck your face inside out. It's got a lot of
the raspberries.
It is more wine-like. It's got a little sour to it.
Fruity variety. Maybe that has a little bit to do with it.
Maybe that's it.
The raspberries. Has the raspberries in there.
Yo, it is totally raspberry. The chocolate. It says chocolate, and that's some of the biggest words on the whole bottle. But it's not so much chocolate. I had my wife try it. She doesn't drink beer, but she said, "I'll smell it," and I said, "Well, that's raspberry." I said, "Give a little, right." Oh yeah, it tastes like raspberry. She was not cool about it, but I said, "Did you get any chocolate?" And not so much, And that's the way I feel about this one. If you look at your chocolate and this one that's called a chocolate quad, some of the biggest letters on the bottle, you're getting a lot of raspberry. Try it out for yourself if you like the style. I'm digging it. They gave it an 88. I gave it a 95. I don't know.
This would not be a style of beer. I would say newbie into craft
No. No.
No,
No.
maybe the St. Bernardus App 12, if any of them, I guess. But even that's still a pretty like gigantic beer as it is.
Yeah.
The ones with less of like that candy, sweet board flavor, maybe.
Good beer,
Yeah,
right?
like that one. Maybe that one, but probably not still. Go for the Belgian wit beers and
I just love the style. I mean,
pale ale, Belgian pale ales, maybe.
they're just they're like meals in a bottle.
Those
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
beers,
Rich, isn't
kind
it?
of beers and IPAs were like what really took me the longest to really wrap my head around because they're so like just in your face kind of beers. You have maybe not with the IPA or the ABV all the time with IPAs, but it's still a lot of an onslaught of some flavor going on. You have to be able to either appreciate that or keep going back to it. You may not like this particular beer that you had, but try another one in the style. You might find something about it. Or you keep trying other beers, you might find what you really don't like about it and just want to avoid that altogether, which is perfectly acceptable.
Cool.
It's different than most macro beers now, isn't it? It's no Coors Light. it's no. Wait,
It's definitely they punch a lot of different flavors and stuff. So yeah, they're very complex.
I'll shut my mouth now.
Stuff you guys
Very
sit back, sip, and you try to pick out different notes. But miscellaneous, you have anything?
I don't know. Working a lot now, so I haven't been putting out a lot of videos. I did go live last night, did a little VR gameplay, show everybody what I was working with. And no, I'd say Wednesdays, go check out Beer Chugs. I don't know. You guys all know the usual suspects. We're all friends here. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Nice.
Sweet. Beer man.
Well, shoot, man. Yeah, so Tuesdays, beer and cheese. Same time, 5:00, 8:00 Eastern. Wednesday will be a Oktoberfest beer or a Marzen, or well, it's actually just gonna be Sierra. I said Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest. But we'll do that. There will be some extra little steps in that recipe, so that'll be kind of fun. Doing some reviewing of that now. So, but yeah, that's it. Beer, everyone else, Food Friday on Friday. I'm trying to get the food for that, and the beer and all that. But of course, Wild Card Wednesday and Multi Monday and everyone else. So, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, organic. Yes, sir. I got it. Yep.
Here's to not burning down the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Leave the ashes alone.
What do you talk? All right, Clint.
John and Nelly, you still sailing?
Still sailing?
Your second win? Yeah, with your second win.
Oh, yeah. I'm sailing.
He broke the second win.
So yeah, no, I'm this cheerful little monk on the label here and his barrel aged delightful beer that I got to drink tonight really kicked me back into
Overdrive.
gear. I had a long day at work, but yeah, no. As far as let's see, I do beer reviews, Georgia beer reviews. There you go. And every Sunday, as far as live events, I do Stout Sunday with my co-host Michael Cormorock down there, and anybody's welcome to join. The only requirement is that you bring a porter or stout and hang out and drink along with us. And of course, we've already talked about Wildcard Wednesday, although this Wednesday we're doing the Oktoberfest / Martzen beers. So this is the first Wednesday of the month coming up. So we're doing the themed event on Ron Terrio's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews. And of course, you got Food Friday, Beer Man stuff. Brian's hopefully going to come up with some more video game / guilty pleasure videos that I always enjoy watching. And so, yeah, had a great time. Thanks so much to BuMpY for hosting. I know it can get kind of crazy when you have these larger groups. BuMpY always does a good job of moderating. And, hope to see you all on the next one.
Yeah, you bet.
Awesome. I hope to see you there, too.
Well, I'll just take over from there. My channel right now is quite stagnant, but I do visit all these other goons doing their cool things. Right. Right. No, for real. I'm just saying. Whatever.
Hell, the Sprouts aren't even tipsy anymore.
Yeah, I know. Well, Sprouts going to have to change neighborhoods, and we'll figure that out later. Anyway, anyway, thanks for having me, Jesse. I support all these other guys here. There's been 13 people watching. We've been on for 70 minutes, which is awesome. With everything we had to talk about, we did it pretty quick. Thanks for having me. I enjoy all y'all's company. I enjoy trying these wonderful new beers I've never tried before. I've never thought of having one of these $13 bottles of beer that look like a wine bottle. Anyway, it's good times here. Expand your palate. Try these different ones we do. If you can get them, you get them. And whether you come up on the panel or not, sit in the background and sip them with us. This particular beer, enjoy it a little bit warmer, maybe. All the notes.
I like that thought.
What is
the road for?
I'm learning along with everybody in the chat. These guys are all beer nerds, and so they know what everything is about. They got all these cool ass descriptors. I'm just another barfly on the internet, but
you're a home brewer. What are you talking about? You are a home brewer.
I am a home brewer.
Nerdy for that.
I know. Check out my channel. It's spelled just like you see it on the. Well, it's not spelled like that. Anyway, I'll change my name for Young Find Me if you don't know me already. Drunken One. It's pretty easy. I'll change my name. Y'all can look it up here in a second. Anyway, because he's the cool guy.
Drunken One. I want to say it was kind of painful, but I'm always glad to have you.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Question mark. Right?
You were a tough nugget to push out. All right.
Yikes.
Let's get on to this.
You are Metamucil in your life, man.
Cool. I'll mute myself down.
Go ahead, Michael.
You're drinking a beer called Hams?
For this Wednesday on Jay's channel, I do believe that Marzens will be the key element in it, but you can also bring fest beers, which are another style of Oktoberfest, which would be equally acceptable as far as it goes. I predict most of them will be Marzens because it seems like it's the basic Oktoberfest that we usually get. But there are always some of these fest beers. Somebody might come up with one of those.
Right.
I'm on every Sunday on John's channel on Scout Sunday. Everyone is welcome. We usually have about 4 people who are regulars, and there's some extra people who sometimes drift in, including Alex the Beer Man, occasionally hosting. But John, I think, will be here this Sunday. So.
Half asleep if I.
We gotta get Beer Man. I know Beer Man is like
morning
already in where you live.
I gotta
go to bed early on a Saturday. We got to have a Beer Man on Stout.
I'll be on this week,
Beer Man.
That'd be like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock for Beer Man, right? Like 8 o'clock for Beer Man.
Like 7 in the morning, right? Or
7? Oh shit!
7:30.
Oh yeah, I thought 8:30 was early for me. I was just
gonna love me
and drink a stout on this channel.
Yeah, bring a bacon. Yeah, get that 12% or something. Get you a bacon. On your palate, dude. Yeah, exactly.
So Michael's going to put out a book here soon. That's what I heard.
Oh, is that for real?
Allofhisratings.com.
That sounds like
I would have to hire somebody just to compile it. I mean, that's
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Spreadsheet or something and put it together.
Your man knows how to make a computer website. Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, he has bird noises and belches and stuff. That'd be cool.
Dude, that beer just got super dark chocolatey all of a sudden. Well, a little nutty. Whoa.
Nutty.
Change that rating to 95 if you get a chance. Woo-hoo.
Mine is done.
I just rated my beer 95 and 94.
I will.
95. I like it. Right now, it's very nutty, dark chocolate forward, and not so much of that.
These beers get better as they warm. They improve the nutty qualities.
I like
a lot of you
that
guys mentioned. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, it's getting even better as it warms.
It looks like it's working for you.
103.
I'm almost as red as my shirt.
All right, Tom. It's your time to shout anything out.
Okay, I shout out. Try other beers, expand your palate, and Hams is probably good. No, I digress. I already said that.
Great
Thomas Little 75, the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I also am the drummer of a band called Oxblood Forge. Check it out, YouTube Bandcamp. Type that thing into Google. Oxblood Propeller Forge. Forged in fire. What else? Sometimes I'm on the Tuesdays with Beer Man, Wednesdays with Beer Chugs in Ontario occasionally, Fridays with food again occasionally, and you'll see me right here on Malty Mondays.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, man.
All of these guys do an excellent job. If I could join there's usually something every night of the week, like between Beer Man, myself, BuMpY, all of us going live, doing whatever. You got CBP, we didn't mention, they do a lot of live streams as well. There's always something going on. I wish I could join all of them, but I would be a raging alcoholic if I did. I have to pick and choose. I just wish all you guys a great job. And anybody out there watching, you need to go subscribe to everybody here if you haven't already. Awesome stuff. And Brian, that's
a happy thumbs up.
Thumbs it up right there.
All right, I'm just gonna close it out with the whole saying thank you to my panel. It's a rotating panel. Anybody's welcome in as long as you bring said beer of the Malty Monday, and you also behave yourself like a rational, normal human being for the most part. I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up. Everybody that was just watching, even if you didn't chat along. Malty Mondays are every Monday. Start 8 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody's welcome in. Like I said, I didn't even leave a link in the chat tonight, so I'm so sorry. Normally I would do that. So if there's anyone in the chat that wanted to join in because they couldn't get, they're not part of our hangout group, I apologize. If you brought
next week.
But speak up. If you want to get in and you're in the chat and you have the beer, I can bring you in for sure. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Everybody that watched, everybody that chatted along, everybody that participated. We have to create a poll. That's the other part of Malty Monday. Is there's going to be a poll that's going to go out. It will be in the various hangout groups that most of us are all a part of. Also, I will put it into the description of this video, so you can go in to grab the poll. You don't have to watch this whole video again. You just go in and it will say description. You click on that. The link will be in there and you can vote. Make sure you get out and vote. It's very important. So there'll be four different styles to choose from on the poll, and it comes down right around 8:30 Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Wednesday. Usually just whenever Wildcard Wednesday is winding down. It's kind of when the polls close. So go out there, vote early, and
vote often.
Let's vote often. There's no integrity. There's no integrity check with the voting. So do what you may. But we're gonna go through each and every beer style that we can possibly get through. So eventually, even if you have something in there that you wanted to see, it will come around and be on a Malty Monday at some point. And there might be one where nobody gets the beer at all because nobody can find it because it's not even in the United States. It'll be interesting to just read the BJCP and then say goodbye to everybody. But anyways, thank you all for showing up tonight. It's been a blast. And as Anelli mentioned, this is probably one of the top scored beers. Combined. We'll say that. I can't think of any other better words than that. Good night. Cheers.
Good night.